Hi, welcome. Today's lesson is on 3 ways to find equivalencies. So what are equivalencies? Well, those are things that are equal to each other. And we use equivalencies to solve unit analysis problems because we can turn them into fractions. So, where do I find them? I'm glad you asked. The first place you can find them is your own head. What do I mean by that? Well, that is referring to the fact that you know common facts. So, for instance, you know there's 60 seconds in 1 minute. You know there are 24 hours in a day. So there's lots of common facts that you will know. You will also know this year common metric equivalencies. So you will learn that there's 1,000 milliliters for every 1 liter. And you will learn that there are 1 billion nanograms in 1 gram. So you can use these as equivalencies also. Now, when you're solving a problem with unit analysis, once you know these equivalencies, you can turn them into fractions. So you could make this in a fraction with the seconds on the top and the minutes on the bottom, or you could put the minutes on the top and the seconds on the bottom, depending on where you want your units. The same thing with metric equivalencies. You could put 1 liter on the top and 1,000 milliliters on the bottom if you wanted to cancel out the milliliters, or you could flip it and put the milliliters on the top and the liters on the bottom. So you can find a lot of equivalencies just from common facts, ones that you already know and ones that you are learning. So, besides my own head, where can I find information? Well, the second place, if you don't know it in your own head, maybe you don't know all the metric equivalencies, you can look them up. So you can go on the internet, you can look on a periodic table. We're going to be using the periodic table a lot this year to use different equivalencies. For instance, you will learn that sodium has 22.9898 grams, which equals 1 mole. Now you might not know what a mole is now, but you will later in the year. And where would I find this number? I would look it up on the periodic table. So that's another place to find information, on the periodic table or the internet. What's the third place I can find information to solve problems? Well, I use my own head, I can look them up. The third way is the problem itself. If you read the problem carefully, you might see that the problem gives you equivalencies. For instance, a problem might tell you that the density of aluminum, which we measured in class, happens to be 2.70 grams per milliliter. Now, when I write it like that, you might not think of that as an equivalence, but it really is. This means it's a fraction. So that means that 2.70 grams for aluminum equals 1 milliliter for aluminum. And you might want to say that, put that down for aluminum. And we can turn this into a fraction also. So 2.70 grams can go over 1 milliliter, depending on if I want to cancel grams or milliliters. So look in the problem, read it carefully. Do they give you any equivalencies? So let's sum this up. Where can I find the information? I can find it in my own head. I can look them up, or I can use the problem itself. So there you have it, 3 ways to find equivalencies. Hope that helps you solve some problems. Thanks for listening.